Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches, free from harmful toxins.
I just told the team in the locker room.
Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches, free from harmful toxins, for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network.
And I'm
All right.
mighty tired of your trifling ways.
Gas prices. And believe it or not, by some sheer amount of luck or wizardry, big Harry Potter guy, so maybe, Rupert Grint came out and said expensive petroleum, and all of a sudden everyone got distracted and voted yes. People want change. And everyone's, a keyboard warrior on social media, and they say all their opinions, and they throw stuff out there, they share posts and comment, and they say, we didn't do this, we did that. Are those people going to the polls? A lot of things in our lives that you just can't control. One thing you can is your effort into something.
Some of the old songs.
Welcome in, everybody. Unfiltered here on your Tuesday. It is May 26, 2026. So happy you are with us here on the program. As always, do not forget, like, subscribe, punch that notification bell at Inside Edge Net. We see at the bottom of your screen right there, YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and everything in between. And also, do not forget, head over to our website, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Personality profiles of all the different talent. We got the full schedule of shows with more coming in just a week away from the debut of our morning show. And of course, you can use that promo code Insider through the end of this month. It's the last full week here to use that promo code to get 20% off your purchase inside our merchandise store. Shirts, hats, polos, windbreakers, cups, coffee mugs, the whole 9 yards. Again, if we can get 10 purchases by the end of this month, I get to shave Eli's head here on Unfiltered on a live episode. Again, InsideEdgeNetwork.com, the merchandise store. Use that promo code Insider. Get 20% off your purchase. Hey, support local media, grassroots media like us, and get to see something pretty cool at the end of the day with doing something special for Eli, because he needs a haircut in the worst way. Especially when he's out there, doing the manual labor. It gets all hot because the hair is just so long. He needs to cool down a little bit. It's going to be a hot summer here in Northeast Ohio, so we got to try and do him a favor and make him feel the breeze a little bit. So we'll keep talking about that throughout the entire week, but head over to our website again, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Use that promo code Insider to get 20% off any of your purchases. A lot to break down today, and I promise you we're going to get back in the news. Yesterday was sports heavy, and the first segment here of Unfiltered on your Tuesday is going to be Cavaliers heavy as well. We got to talk about some stuff involving the 988, the suicide health line. It's a crisis hotline, actually. Some great numbers coming in about what it's meant to youths, not only in the entire country, but also in Northeast Ohio and Cuyahoga County, too. We're also going to talk about the Metroparks, some changes taking place in Cleveland on that. And also a couple crazy stories. One involving a dog, man's best friend taking a bit of a turn involving a gun. We're going to talk about that on the show today. And the winking lizard getting a nod from a major publication. Talk about a bar that's here in local Northeast Ohio, making some waves across the country. We'll talk about that coming up as well. But we have to lead with the big news in the sports world as well. It has been announced via Brian Windhorst. A couple different personalities have brought this to everyone's attention as well. That Kenny Atkinson will be returning as the coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers next season. Now, that being said, I did this last night and I made a little edit because I couldn't fall asleep and I decided I was bored and I love this movie. So I did a little thing. What I think the conversation was like with Kobe Altman and Kenny Atkinson after getting swept by the New York Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. Eli's got the video. Or does he? Guess we'll see. Not playing yet, but it was interesting. Just from the standpoint of I had seen it, and it's a scene from the other guys that I remember watching for the first time and just like laughing. Some of those movies you watch where you kind of just like you remember that scene for like ever. It was one of those things where it was like, okay, I had to like it fit perfectly into how I feel like the conversation was going with Kobe Altman and Kenny Atkinson after the dust settled and after the players left and they were just sitting there at the table wondering, man, what do we do? What do we say? And Eli, yeah, whenever you have it, man, throw it on the screen. I'll fill until then to talk. But yeah, this was interesting to say the least when it came to how it fit into the scene of this movie. Okay, still not loading in. That's totally fine. Head over to the Facebook page, by the way, Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell. I did share it on there, tagged Inside EdgeNet as well on the socials. Eli says he's got it now. We're gonna give it a shot. I guess it wouldn't
These
play
braised
before,
short
but
ribs taste like a dog's asshole.
Really?
You know what? I'm sitting here thinking, who in the world would slow roast a dog's asshole and serve it to their husband? You would.
You are being awful. What's wrong?
Captain took us off the case.
I'm sorry.
I told Terry about my dark days in college, and it brought up some feelings.
Well, honey Dick, that was a long time ago. You're not that same person you were.
You don't get it. There is a darkness inside of me. It wants to get out, wants to walk around. It wants some walking around money, and it wants to buy some shoes, and it wants to walk up with the people and say, "Hey, Gator don't play no shit." You feel me? Gator never been about that. Never been about playing no shit.
I almost forgot Kobe Altman did get arrested for I think it was DUI or whatever it was. But yeah. He's gonna hang on, Kenny Atkinson, and that's how I picture the conversation. A little cameo from Dan Gilbert in the background. They had to tell him, tough season. Didn't have the fight. And I guess in Dan Gilbert's statement that he had put out, saying that, they were gonna overturn every stone and work hard through the summer, they decided to wait all of a couple hours before they announced that Kenny Atkinson will be back. I don't care that it's been announced that Kenny's going to return for next season. I'm still hopeful things can change based on the fact that, again, I don't care if every player on the team says he's a player's coach. Donovan Mitchell said it best in the quote that he, had last night, talking about what happened and how bad it was. He said, this is ass. Like straight up. He just came out and said it, like to come and to get this far and to get swept. James Harden talking about how he still thinks that we had the better team, which is just wrong. Because again, analytically speaking, maybe we had this tie series or we were up 3-1, but not in every other metric that mattered. just crazy. So I made lists yesterday. You talked about free agents, talked about, potential options for the Cavaliers and also the top 5 NBA players of all time. Or not of all time, but of the current stature in the NBA. So I thought today regardless of what happened with Kenny Atkinson, I was going to do this. My top 5 potential coaches for the Cavaliers in 2026. And we're going to get right into this. Number 5 is Kenny Atkinson. He was on the list for me. Just because, again, 234 wins and the winning record with the Cavs in the regular season, 64 and 52 wins for 116 regular season wins. That's over 70% winning percentage. 14 career playoff wins as a coach, I believe all of them coming, or if not all but one coming in Cleveland. And he has support of Donovan Mitchell and the team, whether we agree with it or not. And Kenny's going to stay, at least for now. I don't, when stuff comes out this early, I tend to have pause for a second. But for now, it seems like Kenny is the guy. He's going to be around. And you know what? The winning percentage in the regular season says they should. He's won 7 out of 10 of the games they've played, which is a crazy winning percentage. So he's an option. Number 4 on the list is Chris Quinn. He's the associate head coach of the Miami Heat. He's been an assistant there since 2014. He played with the Cavs in 2013. How about that? If you remember those dark days in Cleveland, some people do. Those 20 to 30 win teams that Kyrie was the lead guy on. Also, again, Eric Spoelstra's protege. He's been called the point guard of the point guards, because I'm assuming Chris Quinn played point guard. He didn't have a long NBA career, but still, his ability to connect with players, the Heat culture, all that stuff. He is, that guy that if Spoelstra ever left, he may be the heir apparent there. And he's one of the top assistants right now on the market. He'd be someone I'd seriously consider from a culture standpoint, from a winning standpoint, from someone who's going to hold players accountable. He's a player's coach, but he also knows, I know what buttons to push to get these guys to play hard. Number 3 on the list, Billy Donovan. Yeah, that guy. He's been around for a fat minute. Almost 500 wins as an NBA coach. He's got over 500 wins as a college coach, and he's in the Hall of Fame as a coach. How often can you get a Hall of Famer to coach your team while he's in the Hall of Fame already? Like, oh, he's a future Hall of Famer, whatever. No, he's there already. 19 career playoff wins. A lot of that coming with OKC. Was in Chicago for the last number of years. The Magic, other teams really kind of honing in on him. But again, one of those guys, he coached OKC in a key time too, so he knows that team. The college mindset has morphed pretty well into an NBA career for him. Not a lot of postseason success, but still something to circle and keep your eye on. Number 2, Sean Sweeney. This guy is just hanging in the weeds, hanging in the wings, waiting. Spurs assistant head coach. He's been there for a minute too. He's got a huge defensive mindset. He's been tasked with essentially being the defensive poobah down there. And he is considered by many to be the top assistant on the market. Him and Chris Quinn are going to get some looks. But Sweeney, if you're going to go young, someone who's a first-time head coach, I mean, this is the guy maybe you circle and say, yeah, with the Cavs, get back to the defensive identity, and then obviously work through the big guys, and him working with Victor and their focus on getting him the ball and making him a focal point makes Evan Mobley or Giannis at that point, if it came to it, look pretty enticing to coach here in Cleveland. But my number 1, and it's always been my number 1 on this list, is Jason Kidd. You just can't beat the success. He's a shade under 500 as a head coach with his win percentage, but still almost 400 career wins, 31 playoff wins, which is the most of any coach that's currently on the active market that's available to hire. So he's got the most success in the postseason. He's won as a player, and he's got to the finals as a coach. Both times with Dallas. What is that, like 13 years apart? I mean, it feels kind of self-explanatory where they should have went with this. Giannis is a big fan. I think Eli brought this up the other night in the postgame. Giannis a big fan. Harden's a big fan of Jason Kidd. I'm sure Donovan Mitchell would be too. It's a player's coach, but he's been there. And I think there's a different level of respect when you have a coach that's actually won and he's been able to have success as a coach too. It's one thing to just say, like, you're a Steve Nash and you played really good, you're a multi-time MVP, whatever it is. JJ Redick, time, 3-point leader, that kind of stuff. He had a really good NBA career. So they respect you because you're a former player. But when you've won at both facets, and again, he just ran into a buzzsaw in 2024 that was the Boston Celtics. But that team, I mean, again, a lot of that was coaching. And obviously, Luka having a great season and a great series and being healthy and all that as well. But still, he'll be the hottest name in the market. Teams like Orlando will be looking hard at Jason Kidd. Portland, ironically enough, may consider that too, depending on what they decide to do with Tiago Splitter out there, which I never thought I'd hear myself say Tiago Splitter as a head coach. But again, who knows? But that's my list. Again, of guys I would consider. You talk about Jason Kidd 1, Sean Sweeney 2, Billy Donovan 3, Chris Quinn 4, and Kenny Atkinson was my 5th. Again, this is all arbitrary because Kenny Atkinson is going to be on this team and he is the coach going into 2026. Also, Brian Windhorst reported today that James Harden is going to sign a multi-year extension with the Cavs. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. That being because him signing for a lesser guaranteed deal, instead of doing the player option for 1 year, 45 or whatever it is million, he could do a 2 to 3 year deal at 30 million per season that will lower them underneath the second apron and give the Cavs some flexibility to go out to make some moves, albeit the Giannis stuff. Brian Windhorst also said to do not expect this Cavs team to be as is going into 2026, 2027. Again, the guy's plugged in. He knows his stuff. No reason to not believe him. He's convinced they're going to be making some major moves. So that does mean that Evan Mobley and Jared Allen are on the table right now. I think the fact that they're going to re-sign Harden means that Donovan Mitchell is safe. I don't think they're going to move him. But, and of course, the big question, and there's already odds out that LeBron's coming back to Cleveland too. LeBron doesn't solve the fact that you have two guys in the backcourt that can't play defense. He may fit what you need from an offensive standpoint, and again, he's a bigger wing and all that too, and he can guard 1 through 5 if you really needed LeBron to still do at this age. He's not the defender he once was, but still, I mean, he can do it. There's another piece that's missing in that, and I don't know what they do. I was a fan of the sign and trade for James Harden. That's what I was thinking. And again, Drew Holiday's been a name money-wise that could match up. It's still, I think, get the Cavs probably under the second apron because they couldn't take in more money than they give out. And Portland, that deal could work. Portland's also a team. I mean, I don't know what they're doing. I mean, they had a good season. They found a way to work themselves into the play-in and the playoffs and all that. I just don't know. I mean, are they in win now mode? Are they still kind of in that weird rebuilding phase? They have some young guards that maybe Drew Holiday is blocking that aren't playing. I just see that and I go, man. And again, you look at other guys that could be traded out. I mean, does Evan Mobley for Jaylen Brown make a lot of sense? I don't know. Considering the current makeup of the roster, I mean, could Jaylen Brown play the 3 and be okay with that? Would you like a Jaylen Brown, Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, possibly LeBron, and then Jared Allen lineup? I don't know how that looks. I don't know if I like that. Defensively, it gets a little better. And obviously, Jaylen Brown's a unique talent, but I don't know. There's going to be some decisions that got to be made in Cleveland, and they're not going to take too long. LeBron was talking about July, August for when he was going to make his move, and he just can't because the Lakers are going to want to get off that salary, or they're going to pay him, one of the two, but he's still on the books until they renounce his rights. So, again, I'm a little surprised, and I think the biggest issue that a lot of people have with this move with Kenny already is that the tone deafness has continued into now Dan Gilbert, who said, we're going to take our time, we're going to go through, and we're going to work all summer. And then again, like I said, within a couple hours, they have already said Kenny Atkinson's going to be back. They didn't even wait a couple days. They didn't finish the exit interviews. They didn't do anything. It's like the next day. Yeah, he's 100% back. No questions asked. Cavs fans are not going to be happy about that. And again, it'd be one thing if they lost this series in 6 or 7 games and it was competitive and they fought and hey, you know what? We got to the Eastern Conference Finals. We pushed the Knicks, who are the hottest team in basketball right now, to 6 or 7. You feel pretty good, with that group going in the next year. Maybe you make a tweak. Maybe you do get someone like a LeBron or someone that can put you over the top because you're that close. After that showing, and I don't buy this, by the way. This was brought up by Double A on Midnight Run last night. Which welcome back. The whole if the Cavs if they would have held on and won game 1, they were still going to lose in 5 games to the Knicks. I don't buy that. I don't. Playing basketball and knowing how momentum works and how the mindset and mentality. Could you imagine the Knicks playing as well as they did, all those wins in a row, and they lose by 20 to the Cavs at home in the first game of the Eastern Conference Finals? All the pressure would be on the Knicks. I don't know if the Cavs win the series because they just look burnt out at the end of it, but I think it does go 6 or 7 games. I don't think it goes 5. I think that when you have that level of confidence after a game, like if they win that game by 15, 20 points, whatever, it's a very different story for the rest of the series. They very well could have won it just because of that momentum and because of what they built in that first game through those first 3.5 quarters was really good basketball. But losing that lead, the mentality of then going to overtime and barely scoring any points and New York just drubbing you. I mean, it took the wind out of their sails, and I likened it, like I said before, if you remember game 1 of the NBA Finals in 2018, LeBron had a 50-piece in that game against Golden State. No Kyrie Irving. Kevin Love's here. J.R. Smith is basically your second option at that point. LeBron puts together a masterful performance. J.R. Smith doesn't take the timeout on the rebound. Cavs have to go to overtime. They lose that game, and they lose the series in a sweep. Like, momentum is a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing, and it can affect you in so many different ways. And for the Cavs, it just was a knife in the chest of a season that was up and down, topsy-turvy, and was tough. And it ended the way it did, and now we're going to be running it back as it stands now with most of the same roster. Dean Wade, Keon Ellis still kind of out there in the weeds. We'll see what happens with them if they get re-signed. If not, who knows what's next for the Cavaliers. But we do know one thing. As of right now, Kenny Atkinson has been confirmed to be coming back as the head coach, and James Harden is going to be signing a multi-year extension to stay in Cleveland for the foreseeable future. All right. Enough of the sports talk. Going to take a break here on Unfiltered. When we come back, I got to get into a couple of different stories that are happening, not only around the area, but some national news too, involving the 988 crisis hotline. Some big news there. The Metroparks making some moves on a big park on the east side. We love our dogs. We love animals. But this dog may have some explaining to do about what happened with a woman in Nebraska. We're going to talk about that coming up. And local bar. One of the best, if not the best in the country. Yeah, all that and more coming up on here on Unfiltered, here on the Inside Edge Network. Back after this. Stay with us. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife, Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at monstermomentsphotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. monstermomentsphotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick. With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh. I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in to Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell. Do not forget, head over to our Facebook page. It is exactly like the show name, Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell. In that search bar, top of your app, give us a like, a follow. All the stories we talk about usually are going to be talked about here on the show. Anything shared, we got it for you right there. Now, back to the show.
And I'm getting mighty tired of your trifling ways and of listening to that bray.
Welcome back, folks. Unfiltered here on your Tuesday, May 26, 2026. Hope you had a fantastic Memorial Day weekend. Everyone, for the most part, back to work today and getting a great day to do so. I mean, beautiful outside. It's going to be nice here in Northeast Ohio. And speaking of nice, really nice if you could like, comment, subscribe, punch that notification bell, of course, to all of our social media platforms, YouTube, X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and everything in between at Inside Edge Net. And don't forget the website as well, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Use that promo code Insider to get 20% off your purchase from the app, from the store on the website through the end of May. Again, shirts, hats, polos, windbreakers, cups, coffee mugs, the whole 9 yards. We got it all on the website. Use that promo code Insider at InsideEdgeNetwork.com in our merchandise store to get 20% off your purchase through the end of this month. 10 items. Got to sell 10. That way we can get to shaving young Elijah Mooningham's head on Unfiltered on an episode, preferably next week. We'll see what happens with that. But okay, so we got the Cavs out of the way, thank God. It'll be a minute, hopefully, before we talk about them too much, unless we start making some moves in free agency, which is going to take some time, and the trades and all that stuff. It'll be down the road. So a break from dealing with Cleveland and the Cavaliers to this point. And shifting over to this story we saw today come down via Cleveland.com. It is shared on the Facebook page. You guys just saw the link. You saw the post there on the break, back from break, Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell on Facebook. The 988 crisis hotline is contributing to fewer youth suicides, fewer youth suicide deaths across the country and in Cuyahoga County too. This is an awesome report. It's never great to talk about this from a standpoint of it still happens. But the good news is you do have help. Again, we pride ourselves on the mental health side of things here at the Inside Edge Network, and this is an awesome tool to use. Since 2022, the rate of suicides among youth people in the U.S. have dropped by 11%. That was when the implementation of the 988 line was put in place. Again, $1.5 billion was invested to expand crisis center capacity and workforce, again, across the country, nationwide. This is, again, the 988 line was a switch from a 10-digit number. Again, and the stats came in saying that calls and texts have doubled since 2022 with the data presented because of the simplicity of just being able to dial 988 or text 988. Over 25 million calls have been fielded. And this is the part that really is awesome, that hits close to home with us. Cuyahoga County also seeing an increase in calls. Again, 40% increase from October to December of 2024 compared to July to September of 2022. So a 2-year difference there within a 3-month span. The calls increased. That means more people are talking. They're trying to work through their problems and they're getting help. It also means that suicide deaths among ages 15 to 35 in Cuyahoga County dropped by 15% from 2022 to 2025 in comparison. That is a huge number that has dropped because people are taking advantage of this amazing resource to have. I've been very adamant and very vocal about, what therapy has done for me. And again, I'm by no stretch of the imagination a finished product, but I can tell you, like, it's a truly special thing. Therapy is, that also having something like this, maybe you can't afford it. Maybe it's not covered in your insurance or whatever it is. This is a free line to use to take care of yourself, to work through some of those issues. And you got people there that care, that volunteer their time, that do this to make sure that you can make it, that you can get through whatever issue is bothering you, whatever issue has been pulling you down, that's been, dragging you, down and out. This is an awesome resource. And the fact that now we're seeing the numbers and that change is happening and it's for the better. And these numbers are shrinking. They're going down. The amount of these unfortunate situations that happen for people that kind of feel like they're stuck and they don't really know what to do and what to say. Not everyone has a great support system of a family or friends or, coworkers or whatever that they can kind of turn to kind of work through some of this stuff. Sometimes it's all internalized, and that's usually when you see some of these cases get really ugly. And having this lifeline is special. It's great, and it's helping. You're seeing it. Not only the number of calls, the people reaching out, but the numbers that are going down. More people reaching out, less people, doing this to themselves is awesome. And it was something I wanted to bring up here on Unfiltered, because again, no matter how hard the topic is, or no matter how serious it gets, whether it's talking about a Cavs head coach or talking about, again, a suicide helpline, I mean, and everything in between, it's what we do here. And this is a story we're sharing because it's a positive from a standpoint of we're seeing progress and it's working. So again, 988, it's very easy. 988, it's a very easy thing to type in. You can text it, you can call it. If you're struggling, if you're going through it, use that lifeline, use that service. It's there for you. You don't have to pay for an hour therapy session. You don't have to go through all that stuff if you can't afford it or it's not covered or whatever it is. You can do this, and it's an avenue to help. I was very happy when I saw the story today. I definitely wanted to bring it up on the show, especially with everything else going on in the world and how crazy times are and how impactful mental health is for us today and how much of a spotlight is on it. It's good to see that the spotlight is showing some positives. So I appreciated that. Another break here on Unfiltered. When we come back, the Metroparks in Cleveland, they've been doing a lot, right? They've had a lot going on, but a new park kind of working its way through on the east side, part again of this whole restoration and what it means, for the area and the grander scheme of things for just trying to really beautify and try to get people back. We talked to, again, our friend Jake Underwood a couple weeks ago about what the city of Cleveland needs to do and what the area needs to do to kind of draw people back into some of these neighborhoods that maybe they're not too sure about. And something like this, maybe a good start. We'll talk about that. We're also going to talk about a couple different stories I saw in the news, including an issue with a dog, a shotgun, and a convenience store. I mean, it might as well be midnight conversations what we're going to be bringing up with this stuff too. And a local bar getting some national praise. And it's actually a place that I visited for the first time not too long ago. So we're going to talk about all that and more here on Unfiltered on the Inside Edge Network. Quick break, back after this. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at sportsmemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the sportsmemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to sportsmemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. Sportsmemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
And we thank you for your support of the Inside Edge Network. And don't miss my show, Midnight Run, right here on the Inside Edge Network. You won't miss a single episode when you like and subscribe at Inside Edge Net.
Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in to Unfiltered here with Kyle Cornell. Before we get back to the show, really quick, do not forget, head over to InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Got plenty to look at from personality profiles. You can check out the full schedule of shows, 13 and counting. It's awesome. And you can head over to the merch shop. Shirts, polos, windbreakers, coffee cups, mugs, the whole 9 yards. It's all there right for you. Head over InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Now, back to Unfiltered.
And I'm getting mighty tired of your trifling ways and of listening to that jack bray.
For all time's sake. As time goes by.
Welcome back, everybody. Unfiltered here on your Tuesday, May 26, 2026. So happy you are with us here on, of course, the Inside Edge Network. Again, do not forget, like, subscribe, punch that notification bell at Inside Edge Net across all the different social media platforms. Of course, mentioned in the back from break 2, head over to our website, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Use that promo code INSIDER. Mention that merchandise shop. Get 20% off your purchases through the end of the month of May. Again, the goal, 10 items. We got to get 10 items sold. If we do that, you get to shave Eli's head. Elijah Mooningham, our assistant program director, our host of, again, Inside Edge Primetime Conversations with Eli Moon. He does so much. Main events, great show this past Sunday. He's got to be burnt out, man. He was doing some yard work today. He's busting his ass. I could think of nothing better for Eli than a nice, freshly shaved head. You can feel the breeze, this beautiful weather we're going to have finally in Northeast Ohio this week. He'd really enjoy it. So let's make it happen for him. At Inside Edge Nets, like, subscribe, and of course, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Promo code INSIDER in the merch shop. Get 20% off your purchase. Okay. Got to talk about this. I'm all for these kind of projects that are really an investment in the community. That being this Metroparks plan for Gordon Park. So renovations that are going to be taking place through the spring of 2027 in phase 1. They're hoping to reopen the park in its entirety by summer of next year. So what this is going to be, new amenities and improved access. Going to be, again, different things like a green lawn and promenade, as well as some new play space, a picnic pavilion area. Again, new restrooms, parking, all that stuff. Again, just trying to really renovate and make this look special. It's phase 1 of the program. Again, $10 million going to be put into this, $2 million from the parks, $8 million from some private donors. There are and possibly going to be more future phases of this. If you're wondering, this is by I-90 over East 72nd, all that stuff. The park and the pedestrian bridge over I-90, by the way, going to be closed through the spring. so they can get this work done on the south side of this park. I mentioned before the break, we talked with, again, Jake Underwood, who is on the Jake Underwood Show. You can catch him every day on AM 1420, The Answer, 9 to noon, and on Rumble. Have him again on Thursday this week. We'll talk about the news of the day, all that good stuff, things that are on his mind. How do we invest back into our community and make it smart? And this obviously came up with the data center thing, and there's still an issue with that. There's obviously legislation that's being circulated trying to get an opportunity to ban data centers in Ohio. I originally had been for that, but then looking at it deeper and kind of figuring out more about what it was and what it would do, the toxins, the issues with the noise, all that stuff in the community it was going to go into, didn't seem like it made a lot of sense. And, this is one of those things, though, where, you know what? I'm okay with it because we're talking about trying to beautify the area. We're talking about trying to give people a reason to feel like they want to live in these spaces that maybe, for the most part, have been kind of left behind. I think about, Slavic Village and that area, and there's still people living there, but all the abandoned houses and parts of the east side of Cleveland, including this area where this park is. Now, I've covered a few stories from that park where there were some issues back when I worked at iHeartRadio. I mean, there was some things that happened there. Like, this is an opportunity really to look at this and to kind of revitalize an area. And again, it's not going to happen overnight as far as just this park, but it's a start. And it's not an apartment complex or anything like that. It's an actual place where families can go to spend time. I would imagine a little more emphasis on security too. There is going to be important. Like, some of these parks on the east side, it can get a little tough, based on some crime and stuff that happens there. But I mean, you look at the plans for this, and this is actually, if you're wondering too, where all this is and where this is taking place, it's where the old Cleveland Aquarium used to be. Remember, that closed back in 1986. The new one's down in the flats, west side of Cleveland. The old location is where Gordon Park currently sits, and there was a need to get this done. And the Metroparks, I give them a lot of credit, man. The investments across all of Northeast Ohio, what they've done, not only from the actual parks itself to the golf courses and everything. It's been nice. It's been a breath of fresh air, and literally, because you're out and about in the park. This is the definition of touching grass, people. But just very, very happy with something like this. And again, the fact that it's not, I mean, $2 million coming from the Metroparks, so that means that's some taxpayer dollars. You're going to see that, but most of it coming from, again, private folks that are just wanting to invest in the community and see the potential. And I think that's the part that's missing. You can go back to the 50s, 60s, all these years where we had a booming area. The east side was booming. The parts of west side of Cleveland were booming. People were excited to live there. It was awesome. And then times change, things happen, whether it's drugs, crime, whatever, kind of filter their way through, and it pushed people out in the suburbs. And now they keep going out further. Before, the suburbs were Cuyahoga Heights, Parma, some of these places. Now people are going even further. They're going to the Strongsvilles. They're going to the Avons. They're going to the Menners. They're going 35, 40 minutes away. Medina, all this stuff from Avon, from downtown Cleveland, from the Cleveland metropolitan area. We're kind of shifting out further and further to try and get away. Stuff like this gives me hope. Maybe we can figure it out. Maybe we can get more people into it. I just thought it was interesting, especially with the data center stuff and kind of what the plan would be. They're going to have to figure that stuff out at the lakefront with the stadium, the old Brown Stadium. I imagine that land's going to go back to the city of Cleveland, and they're going to have an opportunity. It's funny because tonight, and he was just too tired. He was just so exhausted from a long trip to Chicago back and forth. Navy Pier and stuff down the shoreline in Chicago is like really cool. I'm sure Anthony got a chance to experience that. Again, listen tonight at midnight. You can get kind of the full breakdown of what he did out in Chicago, all the malfeasances that he got himself into. But would that draw people in instead of just throwing a bunch of high-rise not hotels, but high-rise apartment complexes or whatever it is, making it a place, making it desirable, Make it something fun for whether you're just graduating high school and you want to go somewhere with your friends, or whether you got families or you got young kids, whatever. Stuff like this moves you in that direction. Investing in parks, investing in doing things that can bring us closer together, not only as a community, but also can highlight some of the strengths that we have. Because we have a lot of this green space in these areas and all that. I mean, it's important. Not every city has this. Some of these bigger cities don't. So we'll see what happens with this. It's great. There's apparently more phases in the works. It's going to depend on funding as far as what else they can do with it. But you just think of the possibilities, man. And it doesn't have to stop here. Again, there's going to be so many big projects going on throughout Northeast Ohio and Cleveland and in these spots where you're kind of like, hey, what can we do to invest in our community and make this place special, even more special than we think it is? Because the goal is always to, make it feel that way and bring more people around. It's an opportunity. There's big things, man. Brook Park's getting the stadium. Cleveland's going to have all that open shoreline. Who knows what happens with Burke, Lakefront Airport? That's a topic that will happen for another day. Maybe it's something I'll bring up to Jake when he's on the show later this week, if I can remember to write that down. But what they're going to do with all that open space is huge for the future of downtown Cleveland. And Cleveland adjacent, all of that. What it's going to mean. Are more people going to want to move downtown because they're going to have this awesome lakefront area where they can, hang out, they can do things, whether it's, rain or shine, summer, winter, whatever, they can go and they can experience this awesome area that the city of Cleveland has invested in, that's drawing people back to moving into Cleveland. Or at least closer to downtown in some of these neighborhoods like where Gordon Park is, because it's closer. Again, not mad at progress. Love to see it. I can't find many people that would be against it, especially when it comes to parks, when it comes to things that everyone can take advantage of. It's not getting, raised, and there's not going to be, $2,200 a month apartments built here. It's going to be an investment in the park and families in the area and a chance to enjoy this space. So I like it. We'll see what happens. Final break here on Unfiltered. When we come back, couple stories for news and notes I wanted to get into as we wrap up the show here on your Tuesday, involving a dog, a shotgun, a truck, and a convenience store. You just can't make this up. And a local bar making waves when it comes to not only just here in Northeast Ohio, we know how special they are, but now a national spotlight on them. And I had them for the first time recently with some friends and some folks on the podcast network. We're going to talk about all that coming up here on Unfiltered on the Inside Edge Network. Last break, back after this. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Hey, look at you guys. You made it to the last segment of the show. How awesome is that? Thank you so much for watching Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell. Do not forget, give us a like, follow us over on our Facebook page. It is exactly like the show title, Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell. In that search bar, see us, follow us, like, get involved with the polls I post almost daily on our Facebook page. Again, Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell. Now, over to me, final segment of the show.
And I'm getting mighty tired of your trifling ways and of listening to that bray.
For all time's sake. As time goes by.
What an eventful Unfiltered here on your Tuesday, May 26, 2026. So happy you were with us as we wrap up a year, going until 6 o'clock on the Inside Edge Network. Again, programming reminder, don't forget tonight, Inside Edge prime time, 10 to 11. Chad Eli back in the saddle again. Bunch to get into. Going to have, I'm sure, some reaction to Kenny Atkinson being announced as the coach for the future. James Harden apparently going to sign a multi-year extension. How do the guys feel about that? Well, I'm sure they'll dive into that tonight. I'm sure Anthony will as well. Midnight Run with Anthony Alford happening at midnight. Also, I think today is Tuesday, which usually means it's time for Conversations with Eli Moon. That'll be on the network as well. So, of course, you can get notifications when we go live all the time. All you have to do, right at the bottom of your screen right there, at Inside Edge Net. Again, on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everything. We got it for you. And do not forget, again, the website, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. If you're curious what we have to offer, what kind of shows, our personalities, that is your one-stop shop, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. You can also scan the QR code, top right corner of your screen, to get there. And the bonus and the beauty of it all, merchandise shop is live. It's open. Take advantage of the promo code INSIDER. Get 20% off of your purchases through the end of May. Speaking of Eli, again, if we can get 10 purchases, get to cut his hair. And not just any cut, get to shave that head. So InsideEdgeNetwork.com, use that promo code INSIDER, get 20% off through the end of May. Want to get this done. My birthday is coming up. I can think of nothing better, no better birthday gift than to be able to hear those clippers turn on and go to work. Because if you've seen Eli, which I know you have because you watch the network, yeah, he needs it. All right. Couple news and notes to wrap up your Tuesday here with us on Unfiltered. Did you see this story out of Nebraska? I don't have a picture for it because I don't really know how to even consider this. Story out of Scottsbluff, Nebraska. Dog accidentally shoots a person with a shotgun at a convenience store. I've heard of, dogs biting. I've heard of dogs running away. I've heard of, whatever. I've never heard of a dog shooting someone with a shotgun. Let me explain what happened with all this. It happened afternoon today in Scottsbluff, Nebraska. Again, the owner of a truck pulling up to a convenience store. They were outside the truck getting gas. They had an attached camper too, all that good stuff. The dog's inside the car while they're filling up or whatever they're doing at the gas station and running back and forth in the back seat. Maybe you can kind of tell where this is going. Now, it's not what you think, though, because the person that was in the truck didn't get shot. The person that was outside the truck standing there. There was a lady at a stoplight near the gas station. The dog running back and forth triggered the gun. It went off, and it hit the girl in the arm. There's been some reports about it possibly being a shotgun, like a BB gun shotgun. But again, there's usually, a spread that comes with it. She was taken to an area hospital, non-life-threatening injuries, apparently by a friend. She was taken there. But I saw this story and I was like, man. Never had Fido with the shotgun in the truck. If you play Clue, you know what I'm talking about, but that's wild to say the least. Did not expect to have that come across my ticker. If you want to read the full story again, our Facebook page, Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell, we have it for you there. Now, this story is pretty cool. Last news and note for the day. A shout out to the Winking Lizard. You know, we went there for a meeting, a podcast group meeting for Inside Edge Network. First time I've ever stepped foot inside a Winking Lizard. It was over the one in Bedford. Fantastic. Service was great. People were great. Like it was really cool. And it's so cool that the Winking Lizard has been named the best sports bar in the entire country by US Today Reader's Choice Poll. Beat out the likes of Cosm, Buffalo Wild Wings, and Buffalo Brady's. I've never heard of Buffalo Brady's before, but I'm guessing it's a national brand. I've heard of Cosm and Buffalo Wild Wings, though. How cool was that? Local, founded in 1983, 15 locations, all of them in Northeast Ohio, except for the one location in Reynoldsburg near Columbus, but still only a couple hours away. Number one sports bar in all of the country. We'll take that. It's pretty cool. Again, mentioned first time I went there recently. It was right before the show started. And normally when I go to places, I don't know about you guys, when I go to a new restaurant, I try to try something different. I don't get like, I'll just get a cheeseburger and fries and whatever. Like I try to do something different when I go to a new place because I want to fully experience it. I want to like live a little bit, that kind of thing. With this, I got chicken strips, which on the surface, it sounds obviously like, okay, whatever, but they were called lizard lips. And I've always wanted to look at the hostess and be like, yeah, the server and be like, yeah, I'll take an order of lizard lips. So I did. And they were great. They were fantastic. Barbecue sauce is really good too. But how about that? Again, we just talk about like local impact, making waves, all this good stuff. And you see something like that and it's like, yeah, damn good. And I'm kind of kicking myself for not going sooner. I've never been a big bar guy. I haven't like gone out a lot, like that kind of thing. Again, having a child early kind of nipped that in the bud. And even then, it just wasn't really one of the things I like to do before that too often. I've got a few stories that I probably won't tell on this, but definitely an awesome experience. Definitely going back. And now they've got this to hang their hat on too. USA Today, it's a big deal. It's a national poll. And again, Cosm is the place where you go and you get to like watch the sporting event on the giant wall. It's like having surround sound in public, but it's a screen and you can literally, it's almost like you're there. That's pretty cool. And of course, Buffalo Wild Wings, you would think that would be the one just because there's so many locations. It's all across the country. No, Winking Lizard. How about that? We'll take it. It's an awesome thing. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up here for us on Unfiltered again on your Tuesday, May 26, 2026. So happy you stopped by with us. Again, do not forget one more time, like, subscribe, punch the notification bell so you know when we go live here on the Inside Edge Network. Again, YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, the whole gambit. We got it for you right there. And don't forget the website, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Beautiful website built for you. It's convenient. It's easy. And use that promo code INSIDER. Get at 20% off your merchandise because we have that too on the website. Use that promo code, get the money off through the end of May. Rep the network. It's blue collar, just grassroots. We're here. We're putting in work. Eli does like 14 different jobs. Appreciate him for producing the show as always. And I want to let you know before you go, of course, that you should always know you always belong. You matter. You're worth it. You're doing great. You're loved. You can do anything. You have a voice. And I believe in you. And thank you so much for stopping by Unfiltered again on your Tuesday. Back tomorrow, 5 o'clock, right here on the Inside Edge Network.